Hello everybody and welcome to Dr. Stone, episode 24, season finale, anime review. If you haven't heard, which you probably have, I'm going to be completely honest, they announced season 2 after this, so, I mean, it was in the video, wasn't it? It was in the video, yeah, so yeah, season 2's coming. And next year I'm going to make an assumption, late next year. It's not been updated, but that's my educated guess, late next year. But yeah, this season finished with, I mean, if they weren't going to do the battle this season, which obviously they're not, because the subtitle is Stone Wars, so I'm assuming that's going to be most of next season. So, yeah, this season ended, it ended well. It did end strong. Doctor Stone, I think, has been pretty strong shows. I know people have been complaining about the lack of realism and all this other stuff. Honestly, I think those people are real nitpicky, and not nitpicky is the wrong word. Perfectionists, like, oh, I've watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood 17 times, that kind of person. Which I'm not taking anything away from that. I have not seen it, but I've heard it's very good. So, but yeah, maybe a little bit of, if it's not this good, it sucks, and it's like, yeah, but that's the quote unquote best show ever. So anyway, not here to complain about people complaining, because that's a cycle we do not want to repeat. I personally enjoyed Doctor Stone a lot. First though, how this is going to work before we get too deep into this, I'm going to talk about the episode, go through it as I normally do, and then after that I'll give my overall thoughts on the series as a whole. Feels weird, feels like we're finishing this really early, considering, like Fire Force, Finland Saga are still going, but heyo, what can you do? Let's get into the episode before everything else. So yes, they've built a phone. It's not going to fit in your back pocket. It might not even fit in all your pockets put together. So, that's a problem. Also, how are you going to transport it? You going to put it on wheels, maybe? I have no idea. Senku happened to forget to mention to everyone that we need two of these. We need to make another one now. And I'm like, you don't have enough time, Senku, bud. I mean, you probably do, but you don't. You know how long that one took? I mean, the first one always takes the longest, so I guess that's a good thing. So yeah, well, they're testing it. Ginro tells Chrome, he's like, Chrome, tell Ruri how you feel about her. And I'm like, I like the juxtaposition, because it's over the phone, which obviously you should probably do them things face to face, but because it's like invention of the phone, it's a big deal, and it sort of worked in that context. I thought it was pretty funny if you look at it like that. But yeah, obviously Chrome doesn't quite get it because he's Chrome. Instead says something like, science is so amazing, and there's that. And then there's talking about a bee speaker, a bee speaker, was in the Tales, and Senku doesn't quite get it. He's like, that story means nothing, why is it a story? But then they figure out between all of them that its code for the gravestone is, let's go to Byakuya's gravestone, and they do. It's not a stone at all, it's a time capsule. Kohaku breaks it open because she's got the muscles, or she doesn't got the muscles, but she's got the speed muscles. That's what you need. She breaks it open, and there's a record from with a recording from the, what do you call them? The founders. That's a good word. The founders of the village on it. Boy, I didn't expect to be hitting the feels again. I thought we'd, you hit me with the feels, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm recovering, and then you hit me again. That's exactly what they did this week. Very briefly, Senku explains how records work, which is interesting, but, it's, I mean, I was about to say, does anyone still have records these days? But actually, yes, people do. Like, that is actually a pretty common thing. I think I've actually got a few records. My family has got records. I am not old enough. I wasn't around when records were a thing. But anyway, getting distracted. Basically, then he insults his dad. He's like, nah, my dad wasn't smart enough to make this. It was probably the others. So, yeah, and then we see flashback to them in the olden days making it, just whatever they had lying around, it was good, and they used a wedding ring for the needle. And then I really like this scene where it shows them working on it, and then it like transitions to Senku and friends working on getting a record player working as well. Just really liked it. Seeing the two generations, if you were, it was good. I liked it. It was a solid thing. Yeah, basically then they play the tape. The tape? It's not a tape. There's no cassette players yet. The record, it's Byakuya talking. He knew that Senku would be the one to talk to him. Somehow, Senku's pretty smart. He probably figured eventually. I mean, that's another thing. I guess you could make the argument that it's too coincidental. It's like, oh, just happened to be Senku, just happened to stumble across the village that his dad just so happened to found. But I'm like, it's fun. It makes the story better. Like, I know it's not realistic, but that's not the point. Like, I say it a lot. I've said it a lot in this review series. If I wanted realism, I wouldn't be watching anime. You know, maybe that's just me. But yeah. Then he gets Lillian to sing for them, and there's everything singing. Senku has a little trip through memory lane of everything he's been through, and everything. Senku tells everyone there was so much fun stuff in the past, like manga and anime and video games and other things too. I forgot what the fourth one was, I'm gonna be honest. And yeah, I'll show you all that if you help me. And everyone's like, I'm in Senku. Everyone is now firmly on Team Senku. And yeah, it's like Magma. Even Magma is like, he's fully on board. He's like, I love it. Let's do this. So Magma is a fully good guy now. Like, he's completed the babyface turn. He is a nice guy now. So that's good. Everyone's fully on board. It's time. Senku and Kohaku are having a moment which Chrome interrupts. Chrome, the cock blocker, as always. I think someone else interrupted as well. I can't remember who the second it was again. I don't remember. Someone else was stood there too. I don't remember. But yeah, it's time. And then Taiju and Yuzuriha get screen time. Do you remember them? From the beginning? No, no. Okay. They showed up basically. They did the scene that's in the opening where they're standing in front of the gravestone. They're getting spied on. We see like all of, I guess, Tsukasa's generals that will, I assume, get proper introductions to next season. And yeah, next season the Stone Wars will begin, because that was the subtitle, Stone Wars. That was the end of the episode. I liked the finale. I liked the bringing back the Byakuya thing, getting everyone fully on board with Senku means that probably the next season, I don't know if we're going to, I haven't read the manga, I don't know how long this Stone Wars bit is, but I'm going to assume you can't do 24 episodes of Stone Wars. Maybe you can, and maybe it'll be a big old epic thing that won't drag in anywhere whatsoever. But I would imagine 12 episodes. Maybe I'm wrong though, maybe it is really long, I have no idea. But yeah, it should be good. You know, they've spent the latter half of this season especially just building up to the big fight, which we've not seen, but that's why I think latter half of next year, 2020, I'm going to guess October 2020 is my official prediction. If that's wrong, you know, whatever. But yeah, I've enjoyed the season finale. I enjoyed the little cutbacks. I enjoyed Yuzuriha and Taiju getting screen time. I'd honestly almost forgotten about them, so that's good. But yeah, onto the show as a whole. As I said at the beginning, I've enjoyed it a lot. You know, it was weird because at the beginning I was like, this is good, but it's not. You know, it's what I was like, it's good, but you know, I'm not super enjoying it or whatever. But then when we got the village arc, that's when I think I started getting proper into it, because I just, you know, there's all these characters, you know, we're learning more about them and all that. That's when I started being like, yeah, this is good. It's when I started looking forward to it. And yeah, it's just continued from there. I liked the flashback stuff with Byakuya and all that. Yeah, I've had a good time with Dr. Stone. I almost didn't watch, as many things that I end up enjoying, I almost didn't watch it, and in fact I only watched it because it was so hyped, so talked about. You know, it's like, it's the show to watch, and it was. So, Dr. Stone, thumbs up. I like Senku as a protagonist as well. I'm gonna be honest. He's not just emotionless or, you know, a dickhead. He actually is a nice guy and feels things. You know, he cried that one time. That was good. Like that. If you use that stuff sparingly, you know, when it happens, it's more effective. I said it before. But yeah, I know people, I've said before, you know, people complain about it. And honestly, I do think it's quite the minority of people. I think most people are the same as me. They're just enjoying it. But, you know, those people that don't like it, I'm not going to tell you to like it, but I'm going to say just loosen up a bit. You know, it's not worth complaining. That's my thing. Is like, if you're not enjoying something, don't watch it, don't review it. Which I know it means a lot from me because I've watched stuff I don't like, but yeah, it just seems like a weird thing to do. And I think Doctor Stone is bloody good. Also, does anyone notice Senku's like hair is like the same color as Leafeon, like from the Pokemon? Like, hang on, look, it's the same color as his hair. Who knew? But yeah, that was. I've enjoyed Doctor Stone. I'm not going to give it a score out of 10 because I don't like giving numbers to things because then people ignore what you say. But yeah, I've absolutely had a good time with it. 24 episodes. Didn't know it would be able to keep my attention when I heard it was going 24. I was like, ooh, maybe that might be a bit too much. But no, it's done a good job. And I don't typically watch, or I don't typically enjoy a lot of shonens. So this was a nice thing to watch for me too. I'm glad it wasn't just a generic battle shonen like Fire Force. Oh boy, when we get to the end of that, I'm gonna have some things to say. But yeah, Doctor Stone, thumbs up. Doctor Stone season 2, hopefully it'll be good too. But anyway, I think oh, that reminds me, before we do it, I believe they said something that it's got an announcement on the 18th. In the magazine, in the Shonen Jump magazine or something. I think they said Doctor Stone's got an announcement, important announcement. But they've already announced season 2, so what's the important announcement going to be? Unless I got the date wrong. That is also possible, and season 2 was the important announcement. Who knows? But anyway, I think I'll end it here because I have got a bit rambly at the end here. Thank you everybody for watching this review, and indeed if you've been here for the series, thank you for watching everything with me as well. I will see you in whatever video you decide to watch next. Oh, that reminds me, we're at the end. On the main channel, I'll be doing a video ranking every anime I watched this year, obviously, including Doctor Stone. So check that out when it's out. Subscribe over there so you know when it's out. Yeah, I will see you in whatever you decide to watch next. And bye, guys.